Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another weekend prep video. This weekend was super busy. We had a soccer tournament. I'm going to be cooking a few meals. I also ran some errands, went to the grocery store, so I have a grocery haul with you, some cleaning, some pantry restocking, and some food prep. All of that and more in today's weekend prep video. Let's get started. Today's video is sponsored by Green Chef. I have been working with them for so long here on my channel, and I love sharing their meal kits because they are definitely my favorite meal kit service. If you aren't familiar with Green Chef, they are a CCOF certified organic company, and they have options for every lifestyle, including keto and paleo. They have vegan kits, gluten-free, vegetarian, fast and fit, and Mediterranean. It was super easy and convenient to use this weekend because we had a soccer tournament on Saturday and didn't get home until 5 p.m. And so it was super nice to have this waiting for me when I got home. Okay, so here is some footage from the soccer tournament that we went to on Saturday. It doesn't look like it in this picture because it's sunny out, but for most of the day it was cold and rainy. It was probably about 40 degrees with a wind of 20 miles per hour, and Adam and I were freezing, but Connor had 3 games and he and his team did really well. Okay, so like I said, when we got home, I had this Green Chef meal waiting for us. It is a broccoli, cheddar chicken, and bacon soup. I was so excited to make this because I obviously love broccoli cheese soup, and chicken and bacon make everything better. So I'm going to go ahead and take all the ingredients out of the bag. With Green Chef, everything comes pre-prepped, mostly all, prepped and measured. And so it's super easy to put together. And I think the most convenient part is that you just don't have to figure out like what to make, and you don't have to go to the grocery store. So it's really convenient for a night like this when we got home from activities and I didn't have anything planned to cook, but I also use it to prep lunches and make dinners during the busy week as well. So I'm going to start out by cutting up my celery, and I'm just dicing that into a really small dice. Next, I'm also going to chop up some onion. This recipe had really good flavor, so I would definitely try to recreate it again. I think especially with the bacon. I've never made broccoli cheese soup with chicken in it or bacon before, so it was a really good addition. So I'm just dicing this onion up, and I'm trying to dice everything pretty small. This soup is not going to be pureed, so I wanted to make sure that all the pieces were small enough. And I did serve this with some bread that I had in the freezer. I just wrapped it up with some foil and stuck it in the oven and warmed it up while I was making the soup. So for the chicken, I'm just going to dice this up into small pieces. This basically will saute in the bacon fat. You guys saw that I cooked the bacon in the skillet, and I drained off most of the fat, just leaving a little bit in the pan. And once I had the chicken cut up, I added that back in there. So once I got the chicken cut up, I seasoned that with some salt and pepper, and then the kit came with this seasoning mix that was really, really good. It almost reminded me of ranch seasoning mix. I think it was like garlic and oregano and basil or something like that. But I just tossed the chicken with that and kind of let that sit while I was finishing chopping the rest of the veggies. So with the broccoli, I did go ahead and wash that in my salad spinner, and then I'm just trying to cut it into bite-sized pieces. Again, we're not going to puree this soup, so you want to make sure that everything that you cut up is bite-sized enough to kind of have it on your spoon as you eat the soup. Adam really did love this. It's actually a keto meal, and like I said, I would definitely make it again. You can see here that I am sauteing the chicken in a little bit of the bacon fat along with the seasoning, and I'm just going to cook that for about 4 minutes until it is mostly cooked through. Next, I'm going to add my onion and celery that I chopped up and just stir that in and cook it for probably just another 3 or 4 minutes until the veggies start to soften up. Okay, at this point, I'm going to add some butter and the broccoli, so I'm going to go ahead and toss that in. Green Chef sends you all of the ingredients except for sometimes you need to add a little bit of oil or butter, salt and pepper, but that's it. They send everything else, which is super nice. I then added my roasted red peppers along with my tapioca. starch, which makes this a keto dish. Okay, now I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of my seasoning to the pot. One thing I really also appreciate about Green Chef meals is that they're always very well seasoned, and they always have really unique spice blends and sauces that you can't find anywhere else, and it just saves a lot of time in the kitchen because you know that you're getting great tasting food and it doesn't take much time. All of their recipes can be prepared in just about 30 minutes or less for most of them. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and add in some water and then just stir that around, and then I'm just gonna let this simmer until everything is tender. The recipe said for 10 minutes, but I think I simmered it a little bit longer just because I wanted to make sure that the broccoli was soft. So while the soup is simmering, I'm gonna go back to the bacon. One tip I have about bacon is after you cook it in a pan, make sure that you let it cool on some paper towels, and that will help it crisp the rest of the way up. I can remember when I first moved out on my own and started cooking, I could never figure out why I always burned the bacon. And that was because I was waiting too long to take it out of the pan. Next, I'm going to mince up the chives, and we will use that for garnishing the soup, which that turned out really delicious as well. So after the soup simmered, I'm going to go ahead and add the cream cheese that was in the box along with the shredded cheddar cheese, and just give that a stir and let it melt through until everything is cooked. So if you guys want to try out Green Chef, they are giving my viewers a special discount code. You can use my code JenChapin130 to get $130 off. Plus, you're going to get free shipping on your first box. You can go to greenchef.com for more details. I use their meal kits all the time for lunch prep, meal prep. I also love using them, like I said, for meals throughout the week. This broccoli cheese soup turned out so good. It was definitely awesome after we had sat in the cold all day. Once again, the code is JenChapin130 to get $130 off plus free shipping on your first box. I'll have the link down in the description box below. Okay, so happy Sunday morning, you guys. I am starting out this morning with a smoothie that I'm making for Connor for breakfast. I knew that I had a ton of work to do today, just around the house getting everything ready because I was going to be traveling this coming week for work. I have not traveled in a while for work. It's probably been about 4 months now, but back on the road again, at least for this week. And so I had a ton of things to get done. So for breakfast, I'm just making Connor a Nutri-Grain waffle with some peanut butter on it. And I also made him a smoothie with some frozen berries and a banana, a little bit of yogurt, and some milk. This is a breakfast that I frequently make during the week as well because it's quick to do, and I like that he gets the protein from the peanut butter and from the smoothie as well. So I also wanted to share this Grove haul unboxing with you guys. I got another order from them, just basically restocking some of my cleaning supplies, my dish soap, dishwasher detergent. I like the dish sponges that I get from them. I also got a couple of different candles, and later on in the video, I'm also just going to be restocking some of my kitchen and home items after I go to the grocery store as well. I tried really hard not to be freaked out today. I always feel like I get, this anxious energy before I have to travel for the week just because I feel like there's so much pressure on the things I have to get done. But I really tried not to have that energy today. I just tried to make my list, put my head down, and get things done, which is sometimes what we need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and wash some dishes. I got these muffin tin pans at Costco, and I've really been trying to keep them nice by just hand washing them. I made cupcakes a few nights back. We had some family over for dinner, made steaks in the sous vide, and I made cupcakes for the kids for dessert, so I needed to get those cleaned out. I was actually pretty excited and I felt really accomplished with what I got done today. A couple of you guys have asked me in the comments if I still have a house cleaner, and yes, I do. She is a godsend. I love her. I told her I never want her to leave me because she is the best house cleaner I have ever had. And she told me last week, she's like, your house is my favorite house to clean. I'm like, good. You just come back every week for the rest of my life because I love you so I love you so much. It really helps, honestly, because you guys know that I work a full-time job, and then I also spend usually, honestly, around 40 to 45 hours a week on YouTube as well. I actually did a time audit a few weeks back and was very shocked at the time that I spend on my channel. Basically, I get up every morning at 5 and work on it for 2 hours before I get the kids off to school. I work on it after work, and then again in the evenings when they go to bed, and then of course on the weekends as well. So I'm going to be doing a video specifically on that, so you guys can watch out for that. But yeah, it's really essential for me to honestly get help where I can. And I know that as women specifically, it's sometimes hard for us to ask for help, whether it's help by going to therapy to talk things out, or going to the doctor, or asking your partner for help, or, you know, hiring a cleaning service, or any of those things that we're really made guilty. We're almost made to feel guilty about asking for help. And the reality of the situation is that, you know, the 40-hour work week was not really designed for women with children. Like, it was mostly designed for men who worked in like industry and had wives at home caring for the children. So yeah, if you can't get everything done and you need help, don't feel bad. You shouldn't feel bad about that at all. Okay, so after I got the dishes washed, I went ahead and washed out my sink. I'm using the pink stuff. You guys ask me a lot about that, if I still like it. And yes, I ordered it on Amazon, so I can link it down below. The package I got comes like with some multi-surface spray and some like scrubbing paste and some sink scrub. I don't know what you actually call it, but overall I really like it. I think it does a really good job cleaning my sink. And the paste sometimes I use on my stove, which does a really good job of cleaning that as well. It's nice to use it for the stove because you can just kind of spread it on and wait for it to soak off, and then just kind of scrape it or scrub it off. I didn't need to do that today. You're going to see here in a little bit as I clean up my stove, but it's always nice to get my sink cleaned out, especially because I was going to go get groceries today and I knew I would have a ton of produce to wash. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to do was clean off my stove. I'm using the pink stuff, the spray version this time. So I'm just going to spray that on and let it sit for a little bit before I wipe it off. Sometimes I take the whole stove apart and, you know, put everything in the dishwasher and, you know, really give it a good cleaning. But today it didn't really need that. It just kind of had some spots on it and some crumbs. So I was able to just do some surface cleaning. Okay, so I got this e-cloth kind of scrubber sponge in my Grove order, and I've used one of these before. I really like it. Now, e-cloth does sort of advertise that you can use their products with just water and it takes everything off. I think sometimes it works, but it really depends on what it is. I sometimes prefer to use them with soap, but obviously that's personal preference. So I also needed to clean off my counters, so I'm that real quick. Another thing that my cleaning lady does really well is clean my kitchen. She like takes all the stuff out from the counters. I've literally had no one clean as thorough as she does, and she is fantastic. I love her so much. Do you guys want to hear me say that one more time? I'm just kidding. Okay, so after the stove dried, I'm going to go ahead and put that back together, put the burners on, and then I also wanted to light a candle, but first I'm going to clean off the back of the stove. So part of my stove is stainless steel, so I do like the Wyman's stainless steel cleaner. That is the best stainless steel cleaner in my opinion. It works really well. And then I'm going to light my super fancy candle that I got from Aldi, which I actually really like. Okay, so I'm going to be restocking some of my home and food stuff like I showed you guys today. So I'm going to go ahead and restock the dishwasher pods. And then I also wanted to clean the dishwasher out with some, the disposal out with some garbage disposal cleaner. Okay, so the next thing that I wanted to work on today was to get some of like my meds and my supplements and things set up for when I was traveling this week. So I've been doing my athletic greens every day along with my Bellway fiber and obviously my regular meds that I take all the time. One time while I was traveling, I was actually in Chicago and I forgot my meds, and it was just a cluster trying to get Walgreens to fill a partial prescription. So I never want to do that again. So I always try to be really cognizant about filling those and taking them with me. And yes, I take antidepressants and thyroid medication. So all y'all who take antidepressants with me, don't feel bad. Better living through pharmaceuticals is what I always say. No, I've actually taken them since Kira was a baby and I had postpartum depression. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this filled up, and I can link this little like medication holder thing down below. I've tried several different ones and I really like this one because it is small. Okay, so now I am going to go out and do some errands. I had to stop and get some gas. Yes, gas is like $1 bajillion a gallon. No, I'm just kidding. I think it's like $4 a gallon here in Iowa. I think it's probably cheaper than a lot of places. I also was able to use my fuel saver, which saves me a lot on gas. It's something that we get through Hy-Vee, where if you buy like certain items, you get a certain number of cents off your gas. And so like on this tank of gas, I actually saved around $10, which isn't the most I've ever saved, but it's better than nothing. Okay, so next I had to make a stop at Goodwill. I've been having Kira go through some of her clothes and get rid of any that she's grown out of, especially in preparation for summer, as we've been getting her some new summer clothes. And every time I get the kids new clothes, I just like to make sure that we clean out the old ones just to make room and to make sure that we don't have any like hanging around the house that they can't wear. And thank you to a lot of you guys who have let me know that if you have blankets or quilts or towels, do not give them to Goodwill. Actually, you can give them to your local pet shelter and they will use them there. Okay, next up is the post office. I had a return to drop off, so I went ahead and did that. I also wanted to check my PO box. I've been trying to do a lot better about checking that. I've been keeping up with it every couple of weeks, so that's good. I still have Christmas cards that you guys have sent me that I need to send Christmas cards back. I know I have like 0 time to do anything, so I just need to pick a day and try to get all those done. I've also been trying to respond to all of your Instagram DMs. What I found is that actually some people that don't follow me on Instagram have direct messaged me on there asking me questions. And what ends up happening is when you don't follow me and you message me, it goes into this like held for review folder. And I just realized that I have a bunch of messages in there. So slowly trying to respond to you. Okay, so next I went grocery shopping and I went to Walmart. So I went ahead and got that done. I also got some clips for a few videos that I have coming up on some price comparisons, so wait for that. But as soon as I get home, I will share with you guys what I got for my groceries. Okay, so I just got back from Walmart. Let me show you guys what I got really quickly, and then I'm gonna start putting some of the stuff away and making dinner. So I got some of these Cara, is that how you say them? Oranges. These are the ones that are pink inside, and I was gonna get just like regular navel oranges, but they didn't have them there, so I went ahead and got these instead. I got Adam one of these salad kits to have this week. This is Southwest style. It's got chicken and cheese and some like salsa ranch dressing in it. I got some bananas, some blueberries. Kira asked for these. I also got some blackberries, 1 cucumber, some sugar snap peas. I'm probably gonna wash some of this up and do like some veggie snacks for the fridge. I got 2 packages of strawberries. These are 1 pound each. They look pretty decent. I got some green grapes, some milk, because we're almost out of that, some cottage cheese. I had a couple Chobani flips, 1 cookie dough and 1 key lime crumble. I got some bell peppers to cut up for snacks, some eggs. I always keep an extra carton of those in the fridge. For lunch meats, or whatever you call them, cold cuts, I got some pepperoni, some turkey, and some ham. And this comes already sliced in the deli at Walmart, so it's super convenient. You don't have to wait for it. I got a package of hot dogs. I figured Adam could use those for dinner one night this week. Kira asked for some sharp cheddar cheese, so I got some of this. It's just the Cracker Barrel extra sharp cheddar. I got 2 of the pepperoni paninos. The kids really like those. I got some shredded cheese for tacos, 1 of these Oscar Mayer natural Lunchable type deals. This one has turkey and Asiago cheese in it. I also got a couple of these Clio Greek yogurt bars. These are pretty good. Actually, last couple times I've been to Sam's, I've been able to buy them in larger containers, but my Walmart does carry them in small boxes. I got some of this macaroni salad. I haven't got this in a while. Adam really likes this, so I figured he could take that for lunch sometime this week, or a couple times, I guess, as a side. I got some bread, some vegetable oil. We were all out of that. Really, the only thing I use vegetable oil for is baking, like when a recipe calls for it. So I don't necessarily need to keep that much on hand. I got some avocado oil because I was all out. And then Kira asked for some chips. So I just got this box of baked chips. This one has Lay's and Cheetos and Ruffles and the Smart Food white cheddar popcorn. I got some peanut butter. We're running low on that. Some of this bubble fruit. I thought the kids could try this. I think this is newer, but I've never purchased it before. It's actually apples, flavored sour apple watermelon. It's got boba beads in it, so I know they can try that. Adam asked for some Tabasco sauce, so I got him some of that. And then I also got him some of this beef biltong. I haven't purchased this for a while. This had a $2 off coupon on it, so I thought that was good. But if you like beef jerky, definitely try that. It's really good. I got some pepper gravy for the pantry, and then I did get some shells and cheese to go with the hot dogs, some hot dog buns, some flour tortillas for tacos, some butter popcorn, microwave popcorn. I usually get like the home style butter. Pop Secret is my favorite, but they didn't have it. They're actually out of stock of quite a few things, so got that one instead. And then I also got some of these fruit twists. Connor really likes these. They have blueberry, pomegranate, and strawberry mango in there. And then I got 4 cans of soup for Adam, 1 chicken and wild rice, 1 jambalaya, 1 vegetable beef, and 1 chipotle chicken corn chowder. It's just an easy lunch for him. Do soup and a sandwich. Kira asked for some of these cheese Ritz crackers. These are really good. I like them as a snack too once in a while. I got some of the Capri Sun Roaring Waters for Connor's lunches, and then some wheat thins just to have in the pantry. I like to have this Nature Valley granola with my yogurt. It's really good. Highly recommend it. So I got some of that. And then I got some buns for this fish. I figured Adam could do fish sandwiches one night. So I got that and these for that. And then we need some more Midol. I thought these were like the individual tear open packs, but they aren't. So these will work instead, but I wanted to kind of get the travel packs, but I might have to order those on Amazon or something. I got some of this Lemmy Shine garbage disposal cleaner. I don't think I've tried this for a while, so we'll give that a try. Adam asked for some body wash, so I got him some of that. I was looking for some new water bottles for the kids because they have to take those to school during the day. And I decided to get this one. I don't know. I'm not like a huge fan of how bulky it is, but like I said, they do need to take water. And I like to buy things that are sturdy so that they last longer. Big plus if it can go in the dishwasher. I'm not sure if this one can or not. Adam wanted some Monster energy drinks, and I saw this one. I think it's new. It's peach flavored, sugar-free, so he can try that. And then I also got some peach flavored, this is the sugar-free sparkling water from Walmart. We really like that. Some toilet paper. I thought this was pretty cool. I found this in the kitchen section. It's basically a strainer, but it also has measurements on the side of it. I don't know if you can see, but it has like cup markings. So basically, like let's say you had a recipe that called for, 2 cups of berries or something like that. You could easily measure it out in here and strain it at the same time, or rinse them, which I think that is so cool. So looking forward to using that. I got a couple more of these Airwick essential oil mists. I've really been liking those. Some small trash bags. We needed those for the bathrooms, and then we were all out of wax paper, so I got that as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and start putting some of this stuff away, and then I'll make dinner. Okay, so I'm gonna be restocking some of the stuff in my refrigerator. I have these clear bins, and I like them pretty well. They actually help me keep most things organized. I've gotten these before on Amazon, and I've done videos about these, but I can link them down below as well. I just find that when people, i.e. my kids, can see things in the refrigerator, it makes it a lot easier for them to grab like healthy snacks in lieu of just like grabbing chips out of the pantry, which they do sometimes too, but I like to have everything kind of accessible for them to see. And also usually when I am out of town, they pack their own lunches, which they could probably normally do anyway, but I'm a mom and I like doing that for them. But when I'm out of town, Adam's like, if you want to bring lunch to school, you have to pack it yourself. And sometimes they do that, and it's just a lot easier if they have access to everything in the fridge. So you guys know my stupid Samsung refrigerator woes. I get this ice buildup in the bottom of my deli drawer. We had it fixed for a while, and then it started happening again. So I don't know. I just take the deli drawer out and defrost it, wipe all the water and the ice out, and put it back in. At some point, I'll probably have to call and get that fixed again, or get a new fridge. I don't know. It's annoying as heck. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start restocking the pantry with everything that I got at the store. So I got these baked chips and popcorn. I'll link down below these pantry storage containers that I got. They are really great for like granola bars and fruit snacks. And I guess I don't really buy fruit snacks anymore. I used to buy them when my kids were small, but not anymore. And stuff like that. But they're super easy, especially in spaces like this in the pantry where you have like a lot of vertical space. And so it's really easy, obviously, to see what's in there. And the kids also have to take a snack to school every day, so they can grab that out of there in the mornings as well. And I don't know, I just try to make it as organized as possible. I don't know. I mean, I feel like some people just think that like we coddle our kids in this day and age, and I don't know, that might be true to a certain extent, but actually had one person comment and say, if your kids asked for filet mignon at the store, would you get it for them? I think they were like trying to be smart because I was mentioning like, oh, Kira wanted this, so I got it for her. And it's like, well, yeah, I probably would, because normally they ask for like donuts, and if they're asking me for steak, like of course I would buy them steak. I mean, I don't buy steak at the grocery store normally because we have some in our fridge, but anyway, it's just funny. So, okay, I also got some Nilla wafers, so I put those in there as well, and we're stocked back up on snacks for the rest of the week. Hallelujah. Okay, so the next thing to restock was some dog food. So we have this like rolling container in our pantry that works really well for that. And then my beloved Nature Valley granola, which is my favorite. I went ahead and put that into a container as well. So here is the Let Me Shine disposal cleaner tabs that I got. I just keep those in a glass mason jar under my sink so that I can access them easily. Okay, so now it's time to take a break and cook dinner for Sunday night. I wanted something super easy tonight, so I'm making some boil in a bag brown rice along with some salmon that I am putting into the air fryer. This is salmon that was previously seasoned. I just thawed it out from the freezer and cooked it in the air fryer. I took my rice and drained that, and I put some butter and salt in it, and then I also made some green beans on the side. So I just wanted something super simple for dinner tonight because, like I said, I was trying to kind of get everything ready and prepped before my trip. For the green beans, I just made some super fancy canned green beans with some salt and pepper. And here is what dinner looked like. I had to make Adam a sandwich because he doesn't like salmon, but this is what the kids and I ate, and it was super delicious and filling and pretty healthy, I would say, and really only took me honestly probably 20 minutes to make. So definitely recommend this if you like salmon and you're looking for a quick dinner. It's really, really good in the air fryer. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and get the kitchen cleaned up. So I'm just gonna start loading the dishwasher. I think this is like the third time I've loaded the dishwasher today. I don't know, I load it a ridiculous number of times on the weekend, and as I always tell you guys, I'm super thankful to have a dishwasher because I haven't always had one in my life, and actually I haven't always had one that worked. Like I can remember when we were kids, this house that we lived in for like 8 years, we had a dishwasher and it never worked, and it just like sat there in the kitchen, and I always thought, I wonder what it would be like to grow up with a dishwasher. And when I stayed at my grandma's house, she never had a dishwasher either. And so like my whole childhood, I did dishes by hand, which I'm sure like most of you probably did. I don't know. But anyway, I learned how to do a lot of dishes. I can remember my grandma like teaching me how the water had to be like really hot to sanitize the dishes. And like at her house, she had this big farmhouse sink that we would help her like do dishes in. And then she would assign one of us to like dry them off with a tea towel. And it was like this whole big thing. And now, of course, I'm the one that always loads the dishwasher. I really should make my kids do it more. Honestly, Kira does empty the dishwasher for me quite a bit, which is helpful, but no one can load the dishwasher like me. Like, let me know if you guys are like that too. I have it down to like a dishwasher Tetris science, and no one else understands but me. I know you know how I feel. Okay, so now I'm going to get started on processing the rest of my produce. I was super happy to get this done because I don't know what is in my brain. I'm just telling you guys what my brain thinks, okay? This is what my brain tells me. Hey, when you're going to go out of town for the week, your husband is going to probably make the kids like corn dogs and pizza rolls for dinner. So my brain is like, okay, you need to have fresh veggies and fruit in the fridge for the kids. So like that's my rationale for doing this. I mean, obviously I do it every week, but it's like more important that I get it all done before I go out of town. And yes, I know my husband can wash produce and all of that, but it's sort of the thing like, what are your like normal duties in the house, you know, like for example, I've literally never mowed the lawn in my whole entire adult life. One time my dad let me mow the lawn on the riding lawnmower when I was a teenager, and I did a terrible job, and he was like, never again. So literally, like, I have never mowed the lawn. Why? Because Adam always does it. Like, that's his thing. So if he left, like, let's say he went somewhere for work for 6 months, honestly, I would probably not mow the lawn. I would find someone to do it for me. Because that's how not committed I am to mowing the lawn. But anyway, I don't know. You got to do what works for you and your relationship. And what works for me is to crazily prep a bunch of produce before I go out of town for the week. I don't ask myself questions. I just do it. So, okay. So I wash my strawberries and blueberries in my salad spinner with a little bit of water and vinegar. And I've been liking to keep my berries in mason jars lately, especially like blackberries and blueberries. I find that they stay really, really nice and they don't go slimy. So this is a pint mason jar. So I just dried my blueberries off and put them in there. And then next I have this other produce keeper. I don't believe this one is dishwasher safe. I got it on Amazon. I've had a couple of requests to do like favorite kitchen tools, just like things that I use regularly in my kitchen, and kind of like take one video and like explain all of them and link them for you guys. So I might do that in the near future. But I like this one because it has like this little white tray on the bottom, and especially for berries or anything that tends to get slimy, if you use a container like this, like all the moisture will drip down to the bottom. And normally what I do is, if my kids don't eat these within like 3 or 4 days, which they normally do anyway, I will just take them and put them in a Ziploc bag and throw them in the freezer. And then I will use them for smoothies, as I do, like as you saw me do today and throughout the week. So never waste fruit. You can always freeze it. I mean, I've frozen like oranges before and lots of things. You can freeze almost any kind of fruit. Okay, so blackberries are next. I'm putting those in this little container. This is like a Yum Box container. It's like a little glass jar with a silicone lid. Very cute. I love it. This came in a set, which I can link down below as well. So that worked really well for that. Next is grapes. I hate washing grapes. Like I think I was telling a friend one time, I was like, if I was like super rich, like if I had all the money in the world, like I might consider buying pre-washed grapes. Like I think I would, because I hate doing them so much. But then again, it's like something that's marked up like $7 a pound, and you just can't bring yourself to do it. So alas, I continue to wash my grapes myself. But I normally, for a long time, I bought red grapes, but lately I've been liking to buy the green ones, just because I feel like they're better quality and they're not as mushy. But that probably depends on the area that you're in. Grapes are super, super dirty, like very dirty. So what I like to do is just take them off the stems and put them in my salad spinner, and then I fill it up with super cold water in the sink, and I like to use the sprayer just to kind of like agitate the berries a little bit, like a washing machine with an agitator for berries and grapes. No, I'm just kidding. I pour some vinegar in there, and then I just kind of like swish everything around, get all the dirt off. I let the grapes sit in there for about 10 to 15 minutes in the vinegar water, and then I rinse them really well, and then I'm just going to add them to this container, and boom, we got grapes for the week. Grapes cancel out pizza rolls and corn dogs, in case you didn't know. Okay, so these peppers are something that I cut up actually last weekend, and we didn't get them all eaten, and so I didn't want them to go to waste, and I'm going to be making some more freezer meals in the near future. And so I thought to myself, what can I do with these peppers? Okay, I will chop them up into small pieces, and then I'll put them in a freezer container, because you can do that with peppers and onions. You can pre-chop them and put them in the freezer. That's actually something that you can do for meal prep that makes it a lot easier during the week, is pre-chop your peppers and onions. And if you're not going to use them right away, they do freeze pretty well. You can't really freeze them and then use them raw again, like for example with peppers, but you can freeze them and then thaw them out, or you don't even really have to thaw them out, and then you can cook with them. So this is just a mixture of some green bell pepper and then some of those tiny red and yellow peppers. So once I got these cut up, I just put them into like one of these quart size freezer containers. These are like the restaurant freezer containers that you get if you get like takeout soup or something like that. I get them on Amazon because sometimes when I make soup, like for example, my sister and I not too long ago made a huge batch of pozole. They were super handy for that, but they're also great for chopped fruit and veggies as well. Okay, so next on to the peppers that I actually bought at the store this week. I went ahead and cut these up into strips, and I'm gonna try storing them in a glass jar rather than a plastic container and see if that makes a little bit of a difference. I really want to get better at doing this even on the weeks that I am home, because I feel like, especially working from home, I don't know, like, tell me if this is you, if you work from home. Like I said, I consider it an immense privilege to work from home. I've always dreamed of having a work from home job. But one of the things that I always thought is like, oh, like if I work from home, I'll have time to make myself lunch every day. It's no big deal. I'll just go down to the kitchen and throw something together. Girl, no. Like some days, like my job is like high demand anyway. So oftentimes, like most days, I have meetings like back to back to back all day. So I really do need like healthy things in the fridge that are already prepped that I can just throw together. So I figured that if I have some of these things already in the refrigerator and they're washed, I mean, having them washed is like half the battle already, right? And at least if they're washed and halfway cut up, it's super easy to like throw together a salad, because all you have to do is take everything out, throw it in a bowl, boom, have some homemade dressing on hand, and you're good to go. I need to make some homemade ranch. I'm hungry for that. Okay, so these sugar snap peas, my kids really love snacking on these. This is a produce keeper that I got from Costco. I really love them because they can be put in the dishwasher. So here's a look at everything I got prepped. You can see I got some produce prepped, obviously a ton of that. I have some leftover broccoli cheese soup. I have some salads for Adam throughout the week. Totally stocked fridge for my kids and husband to enjoy while I am off to work for the week. So thank you guys so much for coming on this weekend prep video with me. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to check out Green Chef. I always appreciate when you use my links and my codes. Thank you for supporting my channel, and I'll have that information in the description box below. Thanks again for being here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.